In tonight to B plus, all things window films. We're here tonight with Carlos Olazaba, the Texas Squeegee. He's a great guest. I want you guys to embrace him. He awesome. Carlos, how you doing this evening?
Are you kidding me? Bob, the rusty squeegee.
Yeah.
This is a B plus podcast. Son, I would rate that an F minus if that's the best that you got for the Texas squeegee. So allow me to make an introduction since this seems like I've got to do everything myself. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the glass hitting, film slinging, tinter beating, hell raising, trailblazing, most tint defying figure in all of entertainment history today. The one, the only one, the tinted one, the Texas Squeegee.
Now that's B plus. Carlos, I'm glad you're here. Bring it, baby. Bring it. Tell me a little bit about Tinter Battles 2021.
Well, if you're asking, the Texas Squeegee Tinter Battles is not really a battle. It's more of an ass whooping. I'm putting a clinic because I'm taking some of the old timers, the has-been wannabes. I want to hitch a little rusted wagon onto the Texas Squeegee to remain relevant today. But basically, the Tinter Battles is an event where we're having a lot of the tinters coming together. Faces like Dean Mitchell, Dave Dellinger, Mike Nord, Mike Berg, a lot of more people coming up together. We're putting an event together. We are putting an event like the likes we have never seen before in this industry, bringing faces together, and we're also benefiting charity as well. It's a 2-day event. June the 12th is the spectacle, the show. June 13th is the event, the charity side of the event as well. On that, we're going to be donating some of the proceeds back to charity.
Yeah, now that's where a bunch of tinners will be. First day is the competition, if you will, to see who's really going to be the big squeegee, and
Right.
and then the second day is going to be people coming together and just tinning cars. Okay.
Right. So the June 12th is the Saturday. That one is we're having teams. There's 5 teams as of right now. There's 5 teams competing against each other. These guys are going to have their own entrances. Some of these guys, a lot of people have seen for a long time, but you've not seen them the way that they're going to be presented in this particular event. Saturday is a brawl. We're fighting against each other, but Sunday we're all uniting. It's a unification of the industry because we are tinting cars, we're slamming cars out, and the money that comes in from whatever comes through that is going to go to charity, and it's going to go to benefit some great people out there.
That's exciting. Where is the event going to be?
Right here in my hometown in Houston, Texas.
No. So do you
I
feel?
got the home field advantage.
You mentioned Mike Burke. He's on
Lightning
tonight
Mike.
after our podcast. He's on tonight on Tinner
No,
Tuesday with Jason.
no, that's actually tonight is Dean Mitchell. Mean
Oh,
Machine, Dean Mitchell, the arch nemesis of the Texas Squeeze is going on with the Tint Dude 3. Jason Omeletsky, the man, the myth, the legend at Tint Dude 3 on Instagram.
yeah. Very good. That's awesome. You think he's going to have anything to say about this challenge?
Well, you talking about Mean Machine Dean Mitchell?
Mean Machine, Dean Mitchell. He's
I
not
tell you
going to
what,
bow down easy. He's going to be a challenge for you, Carlos.
we'll see. We'll see when it comes to June 12th. I've got to squeeze the likes of Mean Machine Dean Mitchell I've never seen before. He's been in this industry for a long time, but his days are numbered come June 12th. So Dean Mitchell has a lot to say behind the screen because he's got the protections of being behind a keyboard. But come June 12th, there ain't no protection from the Texas Squeegee when I bring this on board, and I'm going to leave this imprinted in the middle of his forehead when he heads back to his hometown.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to be there. I think a lot of people are going to be there. It's going to be an event nobody wants to miss. It's going to be a lot of fun. Besides the
Agreed, yeah.
competition and then the camaraderie on the second day, everybody tinting together. That's just going to be that's going to be a lot of fun for everybody in the industry.
Yeah, everybody in the industry, as of right now, there will be a live Tint Wisdom episode as well. So I believe I don't think that Mr. Eric Duvach himself has had a live Tint Wisdom in person. So this will also be something new. As far as the guests are concerned, I don't really know. There's going to be enough people on there to put on a show. I don't know if it's going to be maybe a live press conference before the actual battle itself, or if he's going to have one guest. That is yet to be determined.
Right.
But one thing is for sure, it will be entertaining. It will be tintertaining.
Entertaining. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, Eric's really good. He'll have a good time with the Tint Wiz live event. That'll be awesome. Yeah. Carlos, let me ask you a question. What got you into the tinning industry in the first place?
The story was I was a little bit of a troubled squeegee whenever I was a young boy, and one day, I don't know what I did, but my dad used to manage a stereo shop that also did window tint themselves. So he said, as the punishment for the troubled squeegee, he was going to bring me into the shop and send me out back because I hated being back there. It was boring. But then one day I was sitting in the tinter's stool and I was looking around and I see this tinter using a little some little white, some little yellow gimmick, and he's pressing stuff out of there. And that to me, it looked satisfying. So I was a quiet kid. I was just standing there, just watching. I was observing him. He said, "You want to try it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So you want to learn how to tint? I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Okay, come back tomorrow." So next day, I showed back up. Just stay there watching my little stool, just watching him the whole time. And he's like, "You want to learn?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, we'll come back tomorrow." So I'm like, "Okay." I came back the next day. I figured after about a week, they knew I wasn't going to go anywhere. So I'm like, "Okay, well, let's buy him a tool pouch." And that's where the tinting career started from there. I just wouldn't give up, man. I just kept showing up.
Yeah. So did they let you do anything in that first test week that they were telling you to come back, or was it just to find out what you were made of?
I think looking back, it was just to find out that it just wasn't a fluke. I mean, I was 12 years old at the time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, as a kid, you go into these things and then, yeah, you kind of pick up a new toy and you're like, whatever, I lost interest and move on.
Right.
But that happened to me, it just satisfied me because I'm an artist, but whenever I was young, I used to do a lot of drawing. I used to draw a bunch of sketches and stuff like that. For whatever reason, there was something about the tinting of vehicles or even just the tinting in general, that there was an artistic side to it that attracted me to it.
In seeing the finished product and yeah,
Yeah, seeing the finished product, and I mean, it's very artistic, right?
it
There's
is
no
an
such thing. Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect like artwork, as because for one, perfection is objective, but number two, there's everybody has their own unique way. Everybody has their own unique style. There's no two people that tint exactly the same way using the exact same tools. It's very unique to the individual, which is very much like art. So.
Yeah, that's right. Um, as an artist and doing good work in your company, you've grown yourself to a great organization. Um, what were some of the challenges you had along the way, and how did you overcome some of those? Did was there anything about that stands out to you? Like um, you know personnel or getting more work? What were some of the hurdles you had to overcome starting out that kind of you reached a plane and you started reaching some of those plateaus?
Yeah, so I didn't grow up with with like a mentor. I went off on my own and started doing it when as soon as I had turned 18 and graduated from high school. But I wasn't looking at it as a tinting career. I was pursuing a classical musician career, which is what I was going to school for. Tinting was just something to get me by. But when I started to really take it more serious, when the music career stuff just wasn't working out, there was a lot of challenges because I started to realize how many things I actually did not know when it came to management, marketing. Um, I mean, it's management of cash flow. People was one of the hardest things to learn how to manage, and the best way that I figured out how to do it for myself was really through learning, becoming a sponge, and asking from people that know more and have done it longer, but also reading books.
Yeah, yeah,
I started to open my mind about reading books because formal education can stop, but self-education never does.
that's right.
And that's the mindset that I started to have changing. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to school anymore, but that's not an excuse to not be able to pick up a book on, let's say, sales, for example. I had no idea what sales was. I couldn't explain it to someone. I had no idea how to negotiate. I had no idea how to manage people, what people respond to. But slowly through the reading of books and talking with others, and now especially in the tinting industry, with the podcasts that are around, such as platforms like this one, and you have Tint Wisdom and a few others, like now there's a platform that didn't exist at least a couple years ago. Whenever I was starting to get into it, that you can just pick up knowledge from people and learn from their mistakes so that you don't make them yourself.
Oh yeah, and some of the platforms, Window Film Revolution. I mean, there's a lot of active people on there, and I get a lot of information from there. I haven't had a squeegee in my hand for a while. I guess that's how I got the nickname Rusty Squeegee. I'll show you, Carlos, how rusty it is on day two. Okay, down in Houston. But you
Well, I
mentioned.
tell you what, Bob, I got something for your rusted squeegee right here, son.
Tell me, man. I'll bring it too.
Oh, I'll knock those gears loose with this right here.
Okay, it's on, man. You
Hey,
mentioned mentors,
yeah,
that you looked up to, and these platforms that are available. They're here for the other dealers. I mean, mentorship isn't necessarily just somebody that has been out there longer. I mean, I've been tinning since '81, but I mean, in actuality, all you guys are mentoring me. I stay open to all the tricks, the nuances, the insight you guys have with your businesses. You guys are all an inspiration. Dean Mitchell, you, you know, it's just amazing that the industry goes both ways when you're open minded. You know,
right.
and if you're
It's
not forming alliances, you're not going to be open to that kind of stuff. And alliances are not brand specific, they're
no.
industry, you know?
That's I 100% agree with that. They're very much industry. And whenever I first started coming into this, I got to give a special shout out to Jason Omeletsky at Tint 3 because he was one of the first installers that actually reached out to me. And when I first came into it, I was, kind of paranoid, thinking like business was all about, keeping everything close to the chest and nobody seeing what you've got going on. You can't share any secrets and stuff like that. And he was one of the first people that started to change my mind about that. One day I was working on a commercial project and I had posted it on my story and I was struggling putting some film on there. And he says, you can take those seals out, right? So I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, just get a hook and you pop a corner and you take them out. And man, I was like halfway through the project when I just had the light bulb moment when I was like, are you serious? I've been having to deal with like little light gaps, little sliver gaps, and the whole time I could have just removed this and it's a slap on.
Yeah.
And he started connecting me with a lot of people, and I started to realize, like, you know what, human nature wants to generally share stuff. We're social creatures. We want to be a part of something, and sharing information is just it's in our nature to do that, and it works against you if you're trying to hoard everything to yourself because you're only one person. No one person is going to have all the best ideas. No one person is going to have all the best answers.
Yeah.
So having multiple people helping you out together builds the fiber, the strands that build everything together and pull in the same direction, and everybody as itself grows. Kind of like the swelling of the sea. The ships rise when the sea swells.
Yes. All ships rise together. And you know what? Jason is a beast. I've heard about him for years, never met him. I can't wait to reach out and meet him. But he is. I know a few tinners that he's reached out to and he's befriended, and we're all benefiting from some of the more seasoned installers sharing their knowledge, and it improves the industry, and these extra layers of improvement just make us all better. It makes us.
Right. Yeah, it's surrounding yourself with the right people. It's surrounding yourself with people that have similar goals and similar values as you. So if you're a person that's growth minded and you want to get better, when you surround yourself with people that are like that as well, it makes you step your game up too.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate enough to have surrounded myself with a few of those people, and the one of them being Jason Omeletsky, another one being Eric Devash, and a few others that are out there as well. It's an incredible thing that now what's going on with this event is just more of that, but it's incredible people in this industry that I'm just extremely honored and proud to be a part of as well.
There's a question from Tanya and David that says, Carlos, give us your best sales pitch over the phone to get people to step up to ceramic. Is that something you would do on the fly like that?
You know,
You feel comfortable?
yeah. Well,
What do you talk about when you're upselling?
oh man. So when I first started, I generally don't really upsell anymore because of my YouTube channel. Generally, the people that come to me already want ceramic.
Oh,
So now it's a matter between ceramic and the upgraded, the nano ceramic. But before. in sales, for example, in sales, I start off with leading questions. We're there to help people. And when you start off from helping people, you start off with leading questions. And a lot of times they're kind of rhetorical questions is what I do. Because for example, if I'm trying to sell you, you're calling me for a tint job, right? You want to get some tint on your car. And I say, okay, great. Well, there's different kinds of films that we offer. Are you familiar with the ones that exist? And you might say, well, no, I thought there was just one kind. And I'm like, well, no, there's different kinds, but I'll help you find which one is going to work best for you. Are you looking for something that's going to last you a year or something that's going to give you over 5 years? And you'll say, well, something more over like 5 years. Okay, great. Are you wanting something that's going to fade out over time or something that's going to retain its color? Oh, no, I want it to retain its color. I don't want it to turn purple. Okay, great. Boom. You want lifetime warranty, color stable. Okay, now are you getting the windows tinted to get darker glass, or do you want to get heat protection from it as well? And they're like, well, I want the darkness plus the heat. That's like, okay, great. Based on those answers, the best fit for what you're looking for is ceramic. It blocks X amount more heat than the regular tint. If you got a YouTube video, it's like, is it okay if I send you a video that'll show you exactly what I'm telling you? Or you can stop by the shop at the location and you can actually feel the difference from this demo that I have on there, so you can see yourself all before it's on your car.
Yeah, and with the Tint Wiz apps, they come through. Pictures can come through with the estimates and everything. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, well, that's good stuff. So marketing is like the chip up onto the green, and the better you can chip, the shorter the putt for the sale.
So what do you mean by that? Like, explain that.
All right, we know that we're mid fairway, and we want to
Okay.
get the ball in the hole. That's the sale. The,
Okay. Got it.
the
Got it.
marketing is like the long shot, and the closer it gets to the hole, the better we do with that hit right there, that marketing, the shorter the sale.
Right. That's
Shorter
bringing
the
the,
sale.
yeah.
And what you've done there is you said something that was hugely invaluable is through your YouTube videos and your questioning, and you're just letting the people understand the better films, and it's a natural progression to involvement with the best product. Now, the best product isn't necessarily what's going to bring the best money into your product pocket. It's actually what is best for the customer. When you
Right.
solve what their needs are, they're going to be happiest and continue using you. And maybe they'll upsell on that next car. You know,
Right. Yeah.
so,
That's one of the things I have learned in this book. I can't remember what the name of it was. I think it's the 12 ways to succeed in business or something like that. But this book talked about identifying what your customers are buying. Because I don't think, for a long time I didn't know. I thought, well, they're buying tint, but they're not really buying tint though. Somebody that's coming to you, they're buying the solution, but their problem really was, maybe it was privacy. Maybe it was heat protection. You got to find what that really is, because then once you do that, then you're solving their problem, and then they're going to come to you as a problem solver. And that goes along further, in my opinion, than just coming to you as a tinter.
yeah, man, you nailed it. A good book by Michael Gerber is no,
E-myth.
excuse me. Yeah, well,
Oh.
that's a great book. I'm thinking Donald Miller at this point with Story Brand. Okay, he says position yourself in the story as the guide. And the
Right.
best thing you can do is make them a hero in their story. Okay? So
Okay.
we're bringing them along and letting them, maybe they want to look cool. A kid with a budget, his parents might not be able to afford to assist with the tent job. He needs to feel good in his world.
Right.
Okay, you help him understand that his friends are going to enjoy riding in the car with him, and it's looking good. He's going to feel great. Do you think that young kid really cares about heat rejection and the difference in the nano ceramic? He may, or he may not. But you've met him where he is, and you got into his story, and you
Yeah.
made
And
him a
yeah.
hero.
And a lot of time, once you understand who that person is, I feel that it's easier to basically guide them in the right direction. So let's just say, for example, it's a kid, right? He just wants to get darker windows, but if somehow you can come at it from the perspective of like, okay, well, look, you can spend, I don't know, throw up a number, 199 for just like the basic film,
Hmm.
or you can just upgrade for an extra $100 or something, and you get that plus better heat rejection, which you can put their hand in front of them. You can see like it makes a difference for
Sure.
how it blocks the vehicle is just going to be better insulated, and you'll
Yep.
have more. It's only $100 difference. But let's just say they want to spend a 200 now, and then they change their mind, like, well, no, I'm not happy. I wish I had more heat. Well, now you have to pay to get it removed, and then go for the ceramic.
Yeah.
It's once you understand it from their perspective, it also helps to guide them in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, that's great. It sounds like with happy customers, you're a master at scaling your business. When you've got all these happy customers, now you're ready to go to the next step.
Right.
You know, um, so you not only do cars, but you do flat glass. The Texas Squeegee gets out on ladders. Do you still get out there on yourself, Carlos, or do you have a
Uh,
team of installers? How you do it?
No, we most of the time we just stick to doing cars. The flat glass side of it, I've put it on hold for a little bit. We do get some stuff from there, but I really I don't aggressively pursue it. The opportunities are there, but it's just a matter of getting it, the right installers in place so that I can send that stuff out there and really putting together a system so that me as Carlos, I don't have to be there to make sure that to make sure that everything gets done. If you create the system, then the people follow the system. The owner is then just in charge of creating the best system so that the employees can uphold a quality standard following that system through.
Yeah.
But I've had it on hold for a little bit. Right now, most of the stuff that we do is automotive because the customers come to us at the shop
Hmm.
versus me having to go out and bid a job that we might not get
Right.
or something like that. But the opportunity is there. It's just a matter of really just aggressively going after it.
Yeah, it's amazing that the differences of viewpoint on that because lots of times people like myself, I came from the flat glass industry. I didn't even tint a car for the first 20 years. To me, that's where my comfort zone was, and that's where I found my safe place was in flat glass, residential, commercial, and decorative films. I mean, that's where I thrive. Auto to me is almost secondary, but very important because it is a way of cross promoting the
Right.
products that we have. Our products can benefit people in many, many ways. Our industry, where else can you get a construction product or even an aftermarket automotive product that does so much?
Right.
It really does do a lot for its size and everything.
Yeah. And then you go into the paint protection films, and that's even a whole other monster
Oh
there.
gosh, yeah, I was the magic in our paint protection, and but I was stuck in the bay all the time, and
Yeah.
so we let it go, because that takes some talent too. You got to really focus, and I didn't want to stretch my guys. I mean, we were a small shop at the time, and limited space in the bay, and they took a while, and I needed a lift in my eyes because this old man couldn't get on his knees very much. Do you do paint protection?
Not very much.
Yeah.
I got the certification from Expel February of 2020, going to do that. But we get so busy with doing the tint
Yeah.
that doing window tint is a faster turnaround. You can make $1,000 way quicker doing tint than you could with paint protection films.
Yeah.
So like the marketing opportunity, the marketing ability is there, within the Texas Tint Masters brand. It's just a matter of, like, again, of having the right people to uphold the standard. And that's probably the biggest challenge that I face with the company today is finding talent, or at least finding the right talent. Because, it's unfortunately, a lot of people will have the right skills, but something just doesn't click. And my team to me is very important. The environment and the culture that we have within the team is very, very important. I can't bring in somebody just for the sake of the right skills, but that's going to bring the energy or poison the environment around our team. I'd rather bring in someone with potential that has the right characteristics.
Yeah, I mean that's why so many guys are just training. You know, um, when when you hire from within the industry, they carry their own habits. I don't want to say bad habits. They carry their own habits. And lots of times they're very ingrained. So I hire for
Yeah.
character. And the first character viewpoint I hire for is culture. If they can't wake up in the morning or any of these other attributes, those are just indicators that they're not going to be part of the team. You
So
know,
how do you, like, someone comes in, right? Let's say you have, Bob Bruder, the Rusty Squeegee Tent Shop, and somebody wants to come in and work for Bob Bruder, and they don't really know. How do you weed them out? What are the questions that you ask, or what's the test that you make them go through for you to see if this person's about it or not?
I'll see you Thursday at 10:55.
All right, that concludes this episode. Now, just kidding.
No, you get it? You went through it. Okay, you went through it. They said, okay, yeah, come back tomorrow. I'll give them a specific time. That's the first thing is can they pay attention to the detail? Okay,
Okay.
that's one thing I do is then I'll schedule it out again. Half the time I never even have a chance to talk with them, but I want to know before I give a lot of my time is are they attentive? Can they focus on those things? And then from there, I start digging into them as a person. Are you willing, basically, are you willing to be friends? Okay? That tells me they can drop a lot of this baggage that society puts on them. Are you willing to be guided? Because although it's just window tinting and you can go be a dang doctor, okay, and make a lot of money, I believe in this industry. It has given many, many people a good living, and it benefits a lot of people. So if you're going to come into this industry and it's not a doctor, then I want you to take it seriously. So I really dig into that stuff. I don't even mess with them about tinning for a while. Now, sure, I hang the carrot out there, but and then I ask them if they read. What's their mindset?
Yeah.
Carlos, you're a big reader. I mean, we've tossed around some books tonight, some book titles tonight, and there have been questions. What kind of books? I mean, that's. I really find anymore I don't have any original material when I'm talking with people. If somebody that I'm talking to starts picking up some books themselves, they're going to realize this fat old man just ends up reading it and getting out of a book. But it's what trains here, and it's what's going to come out.
Right.
And that's what you're going to exude. And hopefully it results in a better person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, because like what's going on. A lot of times, I like to subscribe to the idea that you don't pick the ideas come to you, but
Mm.
you have to create that environment up here. Like a fertile soil a seed will grow in that. You could think of a seed as an idea, but and the soil as whatever you put into your brain. So if every day you're coming home and all you're doing is watching, negative stuff, well, what kind of thoughts do you think you're going to have if all you put into it is negative things? If you're putting
Hmm.
new positive information, self affirmations, you constantly working on something new and learning new things, well, then those ideas are going to be a byproduct of what you're putting in right there.
Yes.
So reading books is basically kind of like downloading information from somebody else's life experiences and putting that into your head so that then you can create your own. It has those influences, but you can also bring in your own pizzazz to it, to
Yeah.
whatever idea, whatever project, whatever you want to do with your life.
Yeah. Think about that. I was speaking with Adam Casillas today, and this young man, I tell you what, he gets it. And we were talking about, he immediately went to his philosophy behind teaching other window tinners. And there's aspects of his business that he's just diving into as well. But when we learn something and we immediately turn to teach it, we speak it again and we hear it again. And then we speak it again and hear it again. And
Yeah,
then you get somebody that doesn't quite get it. So now you're going to come from a different angle. You speak it again, and you are studying it. That's
yeah.
why I think it's best to just teaching is the best way to learn.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. That's what's funny is sometimes I'll pick up a book, right? I got a book coming out called The Texas Squeegee. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, sometimes you like I'll pick up a book my mind is somewhere else. I'll go through like a page and I realize, like, I always do little self tests throughout the entire reading of it, and that is, if I had to tell someone what I just read, can I do it? And if the answer is no, I go back and read it until the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'll stay on the book for weeks, sometimes even a month or two,
Mm.
because I like to say I don't read books, I study them. There's a difference. Reading through them, yeah, you can skim through it, but can you teach me? Can you tell me can you write a lecture on what that book is about after you finish reading it? Because if the answer is no, then guess what? You didn't squeeze every last bit of juice that you could have from that opportunity. So go back to square one and do it again until you get it right.
Or another way of saying it is read that book until you want to read that book.
Yeah.
Okay, read it again, read it again. There's a lot of good stuff until the magic happens. And just
Right.
keep teaching it. Carlos, you're amazing, man. I mean, we see the Texas squeegee, okay? And I'm sure you're a badass. But this side right here, this is the real shit, and I really like it. What is that book you got down there anyway that you lifted up?
Oh, this one. Well, this is more of an idea. This could be a Tinter dictionary written by the Texas Squeegee that's going to have all the Tinter terms that the Texas Squeegee is coming up with, or it could be the children's book that you and I had talked about last time that I had written as well. But it could be anything. We'll see.
Yeah, you just go. And that's right. You basically you be plus. You be all you can be. Bring out the sweetness, man. That is just
Yep.
amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Yep. Yep. So tell me.
Yeah, the Texas Squeegee character is not just a loudmouth and an empty head. It's a lot of the theories that I've embedded into the Texas Squeegee's head. Just really, it's a theory in practice. The salesmanship, the marketing stuff, all that is coming into play to who the Texas Squeegee character is and will become. It's not just a shooting a dart, that just happened to be starting to do something like, without the sales that I learned, I wouldn't be able to. If someone comes out to Texas Squeegee and cuts a badass promo, well, I got to be able to come back and one up them the same way when a customer hits you with an objective and they say, no, I don't think I want to do that. Well, what are you going to say? No, okay, pawn, that's their pawn. What's your move?
Right.
That's sales right there. That's all it is. Sales. Marketing is, the marketing stuff that I'm putting into play here is, okay, well, how are we going to get this to popular? How are we going to get this to the widest audience that I could possibly get it to?
Right.
That's marketing right there. So it's all the theories into practice is what's going on. It's what's being shown
Yeah.
through the Texas Squeegee character.
Well, you nailed it. It's all this backside stuff that gives you the teaching opportunities to even your competition, which is going to rise that tide and all ships are going to go because you have a forward thinking mentality and not scared. You're going to be here comes progress from a fellow window tinner. Well, that really just sparks your desire to do better. And that's just amazing stuff right there. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
look, like, for example, if someone is out there that's like, hoarding and trying to keep everybody down, there's like that saying, right? How do you build the tallest building? You either build it taller than everybody else or you knock everybody else's down. And if you knock everybody else's down, like, this is unsustainable. It's not sustainable. You're trying to tear everybody because you're setting yourself as a standard. And, well, how are you going to one up yourself if your focus is on tearing everybody else down?
Yeah.
So I invite competition because that just keeps the creative juices flowing, and that just keeps you on your toes. I've had conversations with people in the past when they see the YouTube channel, and I share the information on there. I share whatever I know on there, and they say, I mean, aren't you worried about the competition scene? And I'm like, okay, well, if they see it, the only thing, they're doing me a favor, because now I'm looking at it and it's like, okay, how can I one up that? If you're constantly competing with yourself, you ain't got to worry about somebody else coming in and trying to outdo you or something like that, because you're your own competition. There's a saying as well that I heard recently that I tried to draw a lot of analogies from nature. And there is a saying that, a tree, whenever there's a seed and the seed starts to grow, it's the seed of a tree. It has two goals. One of them is to embed its roots all the way down to furthest into the earth. And the other one is to grow as tall as it can, right? That's the two main things. It's not now if that tree, if that seed was like a human mind, as that tree is growing, it's constantly looking at other trees that have been around longer and saying, oh, well, they're bigger. Why am I not this? Why am I not that? And you start getting into your own head and you never really reach your full potential because you're just constantly looking at others. And man, you got to just be the best you be plus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just can't wait. There's so many people I want to bring on this podcast. There's so much I want to say. I had a great discussion with a friend of mine in the AC business last night. And, we were talking about how window tinting dances out there with the same customer base as air conditioning people. And when you start thinking that way, you grow your business. And I can't wait to be having, people on like that and so on. Speaking of referral partners, do you just stay as a retail shop, Carlos, or do you do any auto dealership work?
No, not right now. We're pretty much
Retail.
straight, yeah, straight retail.
Amen. Me
You
too.
know, I would push the volume if we had the capacity as a team,
Right.
but I have to make do with the capacity that we currently have, and and also worth mentioning too, like there's a whole lot of ideas and aspirations in doing with the shop itself, but now that this whole other thing is starting to take life as well, it's kind of I'm having to divide the attention between the two, but the opportunities are there. It's just a matter of the execution, in getting those done.
Right. Yeah.
Because as of right now, like we have the shop, and for people, there are some people know out there. I don't know if you know, but we've got the reality show we recently launched back in January.
Yeah.
I don't think, and that in itself, trying to juggle filming on top of being a tinter, and also trying to manage a shop, it's you get your plate full like that, so you can
Well,
only stretch yourself out so far.
yeah. Well, I'm sitting here talking with you about growth, and you're talking about building a business, but you're also one thing I hope everybody picked up on is you're focused, okay, and it's that focus that is your success. Um, that's good. It's where you don't spend time. Sometimes you got to know what to say no to so you know who you are and what you
Right.
do and what you do best. Yeah, well that's awesome stuff. Yeah. Um, so let me ask you a question,
Ask
Texas
away.
Luigi. What's going on with these feuds that I'm hearing about? Huh? Dean
Well,
Mitchell says he was gonna beat your ass with snow. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Are you gonna put up with that?
basically, what's really look. Here's
No,
the
no, really. I mean, he's got you here. I heard it.
No, no, look, Dean Mitchell and the rest of the Dean Mitchell, Mean Machine, Dean Mitchell, and the rest of the Tinter cronies out there are a bunch of washed up has-been wannabes that want to, like I said earlier, want to
Oh,
hitch the little rusted wagon onto the Texas Squeegee's coattails because they want to remain relevant, and they know that the Texas Squeegee is the hottest free agent in the industry today. Now, Dean Mitchell wants to talk about that he wants to kick the Texas Squeegee's ass with some snow. Well, when Dean Mitchell cut that promo, he brought in a snowstorm in Texas, the likes we had never seen before. But one thing for sure that he didn't count on is that it did not take down the Texas Squeegee, because I'm standing right now just as high as I will be standing over his meaty carcass June 12th when this battle goes down, and Dean Mitchell will be remembered as a guy in the Tinter Dictionary right here that got his ass whipped by the Texas Squeegee. And if you ain't down with that, actually, what was the other question, sir? Go
oh,
ahead and ask me more questions. I got a few more things to say. Who else
yeah.
is
Well,
talking
you
that
know
smack?
what? Sean Roche said he could tint with a fork and still beat you. Okay, I mean, think about it. Tinting with a fork, you ain't gonna get a good squeegee pattern out of that. And I tell you what, that's a challenge right there. You think you got a shot against Sean?
Well, you tell me, if to a guy who's got a big YouTube channel that wants to bring a fork to a tit battle, the only thing I've got to say to Sean is that Sean, he seems like he walks around like the wannabe nature boy Ric Flair with the Rolex wearing and the nice clothes and the everything, talking about when he comes to Houston, what clubs are we going to be going to? We're Ultimate Warrior Sean Roach. The only club you ought to be concerned with is a club that you're going to go in when you go one-on-one with the tinted one, and that is the You Just Got Tinted Club, courtesy of the Texas Squeegee.
Whoa! Now you were talking some mean stuff there about Dean Mitchell. Tonight on Tint or Tuesday, he may have with Jason. He may have something different to say about that. I think we all need to tune in and find out what he has to say about it.
Well, you can bet your bottom triads that the Texas Squeegee will be down in the comment section raising hell and taking names, because Mean Machine Dean Mitchell is not gonna get off that easy with the Texas Squeegee.
Carlos, I know these guys, and they've been tinting windows a long time, probably when you were in diapers. Okay, I don't know if you can beat them. I just don't know. You think you got a chance? I mean, come on, man.
Bob, I can tell right now that your little gears inside your head have been seized up from all that little rust spill that you have on there. So allow me to spray some WD-40 and cut this promo on you right now. These guys may have been around for a long time, but the Texas Squeegee is just on board. So they may have done a lot of things, but one thing they cannot say is that they've taken the Texas Squeegee down, because I am a force that is unstoppable. I am a force that is immovable. And come June 12th, Bob Bruder and everybody else is down in the Texas Squeegee, you work with Coolview as a transitional film, and you will transition from a doubter to a believer. And if you ain't down with that, you can go tint yourself. Squeegee that. Show is over.
Oh, we done wore him out. Ladies and gentlemen, that was, I don't know what to say. He ain't gonna call out the rusty squeegee, because I'll pull out a can of whoop ass on that. Sunday, I'll be on that second part. Carlos, we're going down. Man, I tell you what, I've had a great time tonight. Like I said, a lot of blessings come from this industry. Stay a part of it. Be plus. Make friends and help each other out. I've got a lot that I want to say through some amazing people like Carlos. I can't wait to have Dean on, and Sean and Jason, and of course, Eric from Tint Wiz. I want to get him back on. I mean, and on and on and on. Everybody, thank you. Thank you very much for giving a platform to a fat old man like me. Just remember, be all you can be plus. Go kill it. Thank you.